still be happy. You can do whatever you like. You don't have to be ready.
Hey cuties, and welcome back to another CC showcase video. Today I'm going to share with you all of my male CC bottoms that I currently have in my game. As always, you can find links to all of the CC in the description down below. I also did a version of this showing off my male tops back in February. I'll make sure to link that video right now so you can go check it out if you haven't already. And I have also done like a bunch of these over the past few years, just showcasing all of the different categories in The Sims. I'll make sure to link the whole playlist right now as well so you can go check out all of the other things you might be interested in. But without further ado, let's get straight into this. You should know the drill by now. Grab a snack, grab a drink, grab whatever you need to be comfy for the next 15-ish minutes. I think the video is like 17 minutes, so we're gonna be here for a while, okay? So you better get yourself comfy, grab something nice to eat, some cool drink or warm drink. Depends where you live. It is actually quite cool here today, which I am excited about. I'm wearing a long sleeve, which is, I know, shocking. It has been so hot for so long that I'm just like thriving. It also said that it was gonna rain, and if you know me, you know I love the rain, and it hasn't rained all day, so I'm kind of disappointed about that. I can see the sun coming up again, and I'm like, no, you go back. You go back where you came from. I want the rain. Because it said it was gonna rain like pretty much all the way to like afternoon, and it hasn't rained at all, at least not that I noticed. I had my windows open like the whole time until I just recorded this voiceover now, because I get extremely distracted since I feel like today maybe they collect the garbage cans, so they always, I don't know, they do different garbage cans on different days, so I never have a Scooby-Doo when they do it. I feel like they do paper on Monday, but that's all I know. And our paper bin is always full. I've had this huge box from Amazon just sitting in my hallway for the longest time. I think it was back when I ordered like some cat litter and cat food, so it was in a huge box, and it's just been sitting in my hallway for the longest time because I never remember to check the paper bins and see if they're empty. I mean, of course I'm gonna like fold it up small. God, there's nothing worse than people who throw their paper garbage away. If you, I mean, you will only know this if you live in apartment blocks, because otherwise I think usually people have like their own garbage cans if you live in your own house. I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, that's how I know it. But if you live in an apartment block, it is so annoying when people throw out their paper garbage and they just leave the boxes as they are. I swear down, once I literally climbed into our paper bin because it was just so full, and I could see that so many people just did not fold their stuff. And I think it was back when I renovated my bedroom, so I had a bunch of boxes for like my mattress, for I think we like redid the skirting boards around my place as well, so all of those boxes. There's just a lot of paper. I also ordered like a new bed frame. There was just so much paper we had, and there was no space, and I was like, I'm not going to keep this in my apartment for any longer, because I feel like I held on to it for a very long time, and they didn't for some reason collect the paper bins. Oh my god, with our paper bin, this is like such a grown-up topic, but the other month they literally disappeared for a few weeks, and it was just gone, and I have no idea who took it and where it was, but it just reappeared eventually. It was so weird. But anyways, that's why I climbed in, because I had so much paper, and I think I held onto it for weeks because they just didn't collect the paper. And I was like, I'm over this. I'm just gonna climb into this and like squish it all down. I think I almost fell on my way out because I like got caught on the side of the paper bin. It was a whole mess, okay? But I did get rid of my paper, and that was the end goal, and I got there, so I was proud of myself. It didn't matter how I got there. But yeah, apparently climbing into and out of paper bins, dangerous. I mean, they don't weigh that much if you think about it, because it's just paper, so it was a bit eh. But we got there. I didn't actually injure myself, even though I did get close. And I was glad that no neighbor was watching me. I think that would have been very embarrassing, because here where we live, it's like you have apartment blocks, and then usually in the back there is another house full of apartment blocks, but it's the same address, so we have like the same house number, and then you just go through the like hallway of our house and go into the back house, and then in between those there's like big like courtyard with bins. We also have 2 courtyards. I don't know if the other one is technically a courtyard because it's just in the back of the second house that is in the back. Wow, that's explaining this extremely complicated. It really isn't. It's just a house behind a house, and behind the second house there's another garden. I'm so bad at this. There's another garden, and I know that a few years ago our house has people that live in these apartments have renovated it a little bit, so there's like a tiny little sandbox, and I think there's stuff for the kids to play, and there's also just a cute little bench with a table, and I could technically go out there and read, and I have been telling myself to do that all summer. Have I done it? No. Do you know why? Because the other day I went to go food shopping and I saw that there was a little note on the door being like, hey, we're gonna do a neighborhood barbecue party this Saturday. You can all come around and like bring some drinks or whatever, and we'll just sit together. And I was like, no. I'm not living in a capital to be friends with all of my neighbors. I'm like, no, thank you very much. I do know the neighbor that lives above me, which is kind of nice because I feel like if shit ever hits the fan, I could be like, excuse me, help me right now. I'm like dying. So that's nice. You know, it's nice to know one person that lives in your apartment block, I feel like. And it just kind of happened because I don't even know how. I think she's just very chatty, very communicative. So whenever we met in the hallway, we would end up like talking for minutes. And now she has a dog. So whenever I see her with a dog, it's like a whole thing because I love animals. And I can just not. If I see a dog, I cannot not stroke the dog. There we go. So that kind of just like started naturally, but with the other neighbors I'm like, I'm not gonna go to a barbecue party, and now I'm freaked out that there is always people in the backyard because it makes sense. You don't have to like leave the apartment block and like go out and potentially like, I don't know, get into like a busy area where it's like annoying to chill in, and it's just our apartment block, so it's not that many people that could potentially be in that backyard. But for me, I don't want anyone to be there, and I feel like when I was younger, no one ever went into that backyard. So maybe I'm just hoping that no one's there, but now that I saw that little note, I was like, no, I don't want to meet any more of my neighbors. I'm not doing it, even though oh my god, like the people on the bottom floor, when you come in, like the first apartment that's right like on the ground floor, they have a little cat, and he's the cutest little thing ever. He always sits by the window. They have these little, it's like a little bed that you plop onto the windows. I don't know what you call those suction things where you can suction those little cups onto, I don't know, we have it in the bathroom a lot or on windows. I have no idea what they are called in English. I think we call it Saugnapf in German, so there you go. A very weird German word. But they have a bed that is attached to the window, and the cat always sits there. But God, I get so stressed out with cat owners sometimes because they had the window open one time when me and my boyfriend was visiting me at the time when we came home with the bikes from food shopping or something, and we just like drove past, and this cat just sat at this open window with her owner, and she was reading a book and kind of holding him, kind of not, because he escaped onto the road. And I was like, girl, what are you doing? That's so dangerous, because we just came across with a bike, and I was like, hold on. So we just waited. But I mean, if it was anyone else, people don't usually pay attention to these things, so they would have just biked past and freaked the cat out, and it might have like ended up running God knows where, and they might have never found their cat again, and it's just so dangerous. And then the other day I saw that they tilted their windows. I don't know if it's common everywhere around the world, but here a lot of times you can either like fully open a window or kind of tilt it. I actually can't in my room because I have very old windows, but I feel like with most newer windows you can like tilt them, and it is extremely dangerous for cats because they think they can go out, but then they kind of like jump in and like slide down and then get themselves caught, and like obviously they keep sliding further and further and further down and end up suffocating themselves if no one helps them. And I saw that they had their window tilted, and I was like, oh my god, it's so dangerous. But I also don't want to be the cat owner who tells other cat owners what to do, and my social anxiety took over. But I mean, if I did something that could potentially be dangerous for my cat and someone pointed out, I'd be like, thank you so much. But also, My roommate showed me like pictures of cats he spotted around the city where they just sit on balconies without the balconies being cat proofed, and I just think it is so ridiculous that people still think to this day that it's safe to do that, because maybe a million times nothing happens, but a million and one time, like, that's when something happens, and you will regret it for the rest of your life if you don't cat proof your flipping balconies, especially if you live on like higher up floors. It's not just that your cat runs away and like never comes back, but you know, they can really hurt themselves, and I don't get why people do it, especially if you've ever owned a cat in your life. I feel like it's such a stereotype that cats are always so elegant, it would never fall off of anything. If you've ever owned a cat, oh my god, they can be so clumsy. Sometimes you just see them like trying to jump up on your bed or something and they fail, and you're like, great, if they would do that on a balcony on the 4th floor, you know, that's not good. So I don't understand why people do that. And then they obviously balance on like the little railings that you have on the balconies. I don't know, it gives me such bad anxiety even thinking about it. Please cat proof your balconies. I cannot, like, ugh. Like back when I was fostering and we would give or like look at people's places who wanted to adopt the cats, it was like always one of the biggest things to like know that the balconies are cat proof and to see what windows would be opened and if they're high enough up, because I have very tall windows and I still only open my windows when I'm around. I would never open them if my cats were by themselves, just because I'm so anxious. Like my little one especially, oh my god, she's such a crazy cat sometimes, and like lately I've been opening my windows at night, and how tall are they? They're definitely, I mean, I can barely even reach to open them, so they must be like, how tall am I with my arms stretched out? Like almost 2 meters, I guess. I don't know, close to it, 190 or something, I guess. And then on my tippy toes, because I have to get on my tippy toes to open these windows. So they're quite high up. And obviously she could jump up there, but I've never heard or seen a cat do that. But lately, whenever I open the top windows at night, she just stares up and looks at it, and I'm like, don't you even dare. Like, I always try to distract her, and then when I can't, I like end up kind of half closing them, so if she would jump up, she would just kind of like fall back. It just stresses me out so much, and I actually don't think she would do it. I think she's just looking up because she can smell the outside world and she's like, oh, this is amazing, but it freaks me out. And she doesn't tend to do it during the day. Like, I've had my windows open, like I said, all day, but they're right across from me. Like, I can literally look at them when I look straight out. So I'm not too worried, because I would see if she was even looking to jump out. I mean, she's not going to jump out. It's just, this is my anxiety speaking. I hate when this happens, when I'm like, oh my god, she could jump out. It's so high up and she doesn't know what to expect, so she would never just like take a leap and see what happens. But I don't know, has anyone else ever freaked out about these things with their cats? Please let me know. I'm not the only one. I can't be. Also, yesterday I meant to talk about this, and now we're 12 minutes in and I have like literally 4 minutes to talk about this. The new expansion pack came out today. Is it called Horse Ranch? I think so. This is like the release of the expansion pack that has caught the least of my attention. I feel like I didn't see that many videos on YouTube. Maybe I just wasn't looking for it. I don't know. I mean, I do follow big Sims YouTubers, so I don't know if I just wasn't paying attention or what, but I feel like not that many videos came out prior to the pack releasing. It's not just me. I also know that in my Discord server people were like, oh, it's already coming out tomorrow, and I'm like, yeah, I had no idea either. I think like a day before I was like, oh, when is this pack coming out again? I'm like, oh okay, it's tomorrow. aka yesterday. I did buy it, never at full price though, would never. Always get them on like secondary websites. I would never get it from EA Play because not that girl. So yeah, I got it for like a little bit cheaper, and then I ended up loving all of the cast items. My god, the sim that I created on Monday, I ended up using her for a little like testing of the pack, see how I liked it. I definitely will be playing more this weekend, I think. So if you want me to do a little like current household maybe with that sim, let me know. But there's this really cute like mullety hairstyle, and it looked so cute on the sim that I created on Monday. Her name is Faye. That I just couldn't, like, I put her in it and I was like, oh my god. And then there's this really cute like onesie short jumpsuit that kind of looks like a racer jumpsuit. I don't know, but it's so cute. I love it, and she just looks adorable. I could not get over it. I was like, this is everything. And then I adopted a little horse and I got a goat, even though it stresses me out that they just run around freely in The Sims. I mean, obviously you can cage them in, but then they can't help you with your garden work and stuff like that. But I just want them to stay on the household lot at least, but they always run off and I'm like, where are all my animals? It just stresses me out. So I don't see myself having a lot of them until I have like a really big area that I can fence in where like all of the gardening is in as well. I feel like that could be a good idea. But I also thought it was ridiculously easy to make money, which in The Sims 4 is just an issue for me because I started doing like the nectar producing thing, which is obviously wine. So I produced the wine, but it was just so easy to make money with it. Like as soon as you got higher up, and then you can also use like search through this prairie grass, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, and you find so many valuable things. And I just ended up being able to like decorate my house already, even though I'm only a few days in, and it just it stresses me out about The Sims 4 because I'm like, let me struggle for a little bit at least, you know. You can't have me sell these wines for 8,000 simoleons because I waited for a day. It's just so weird. Like the aging system I still don't understand. I feel like it's very hard to understand when, like how long something takes to age, because I only just played for a few hours yesterday. The packs always come out at like 7 p.m. for me, I think, and I started playing around 7:30 because I was having dinner before, and I don't know, they come out so late, so I just tried it a little bit though. But the cast items, so cute. Build and buy, extremely cute. We love it. I didn't know that I needed that style in my game, but I needed it. And obviously I built myself a little like renovated farmhouse because how could you not? There's also this like beautiful window that you can put on your roofs, which is just so cute and I love it. I can't wait. Like if you want to see a current household, I couldn't wait to show my little barn house off to you. Still have to do a lot of like the landscaping, but that is for future me because I still need more money for that. But anyways, let me know how you like the new pack. Let me know what CC showcase video you want me to do next. And with that said, hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please don't forget to leave a like, comment and subscribe if you have not already, and I will see you all next time. Bye.